morning live. We're out in the desert or at the America's Choice Inn and Suites. America. Oh yeah, the mic's in. Forgot about that.
There's a lot of back and forth down here. Rutabaga.
Some of our packages make it up onto YouTube, but not all of them, and then they don't necessarily leave them all up. Sometimes they're only up for a day or two, so I've been trying to record when I can. They're pretty fast. They get them published within the hour. I mean, obviously it's all live on television, but then the digital department publishes to multiple social platforms. For running around shooting scenics, this is the ultimate setup. Touch and go right at the side door, sticks right next to it. I'm realizing at this stage, I kind of wish this plate were over to the left a little more. I can run a single battery on here, but I'm with the FX9 17-120, very lens heavy, this Movcam VCT shoulder plate. I gotta put the pad on, I keep forgetting. It doesn't travel like my Amira, so like the center of balance with a single battery is like up here. I need the center of the pad here, which the Amira slides. So what I've been doing to get through interviews is running the dual batteries. Balance is better, but doesn't fit on the cart. Now originally I positioned that plate for my Amira with the 17-120, and I wanted the camera I wanted the Amira to fit on the cart without it hitting the divider at the front of the truck. Single battery. 12:30 in the afternoon, nap time. Producers and correspondent are putting together the edit before our evening live shots. And I get to lounge around. I think my backlight is a little too intense, but I've got it set at minimum, and it's also pretty high up in the air. We're just dealing with low light levels out here. Truck's lighting up the cacti in the background. The LED light bar looks pretty good. I wish I could flag some of the gravel here, but I don't have time. Only a couple minutes out. I want to learn how to run all of this kit. So you've got 3 satellite encoders. IRD, I don't know what that is. Is that like a downlink return side, maybe? And 2 outbound uplink encoders. Antenna control unit. Satellite amp controller. A TVU, we're just beaming over the TVU right now. 6 bonded cellular channels, LTE, 4G, 3 Verizon, 3 AT&T, and in my truck I have a backpack version of this TVU. Then we got some kind of oscilloscope, spectrum analyzer, selector switch for the modem encoders for the dish, switch to transmit, a little patch panel, SDI router, fiber converter, XLR, And then this is the router for the truck. There's multiple lipstick size cameras in the truck to do switching from all the seating. And then on the roof there's a FLIR camera and a standard video pan tilt zoom. A Wohler audio monitor. And then below the shelf, patch panel. I don't even know what all this stuff is. Oh, cellular routing, IFB, I don't know what pH is. AC power strip. And then we've got various little boxes. Looks like that's maybe a Wi-Fi modem. I think these are SIM card multiplexers. Get two satellite phones. I don't know, maybe there's 4. I don't know what these handsets. Before satellite. Anyway, 2 sat phones, but there's 4 handsets. I don't know. Here's the DC breaker panels. I believe these are for light bars and other accessories. USB port, voltage regulator. There's one of my battery chargers. This is the inverter control unit, Victron. I'm familiar with all of this stuff because it's common marine industry hardware. I'm not sure it's set to a 9 amp max AC off the inverter. And this truck has a house battery bank, and then it also has a massive alternator. The engine's idling right now, and a high idle position. I'm not sure if the 9 amp current limit is house bank specific or if it includes when you're running off the inverter. It's a IFB remote box. There's several, 3 I think in the truck. And then we've got a snake with BNC and audio, and there's a second reel that's longer in length, that's fiber optic. That metal box is the inverter, and then the metal box behind me is the camera vault. Front seat, passenger side, IFB remote box, remote control for the Blackmagic router, so that if you've got a correspondent in the passenger seat, they can perform a switch between the 2 roof cams and the 3 internal cameras. Here's the front seat cam. Actually, it looks like there's more than 3. So that's a close-up cam. There's a wide shot. Oh, we got a driver's side as well. And then on top of the equipment cabinet, for the rear 3rd row, there are 2 cameras. We've got a Sony video recorder. Looks like XQD. No, actually S/S. And that looks like some kind of RF, maybe for the cell or satellite. LTE, cellular. Some kind of RF box. I don't know what this is. Marshall. Oh, I think that's like a remote control unit for the cameras. And then here's the FLIR controller. The FLIR unit's down. Someone spilt root beer on the controller and fried it. Not on our job. This happened at some point in the past. Got here's the pan tilt zoom controller for the roof camera. Looks like we got some 12-volt DC accessory ports, audio mixer, monitor. There's a multi-view on board, so I assume you can route various, either multi-view or maybe program. Got the cattle guard bars on the front of the truck and an LED bar. I need to install one of these on my van because in Texas, very high risk of hitting a deer, and they're so big that it will puncture the radiator, damage the front end, and leave you stranded on the side of the road. And if I stay in the news side as a freelancer, it's inevitable that I'm going to hit a deer at some point. So I think I got to do it. We've got FLIR camera left side, forward-facing light bar, that's currently offline. I was going to try to troubleshoot that, see if I can figure out why it's not coming up. Port side light bar. Antennas. I don't know if that's for the phones, because there's another one here. This one is microwave. Stay 1.5 meters away. And then we've got another antenna. KU band antenna. Another little one right here. .30 amp 120 volt shore power connector, and I've got utility power for lighting, but again, being limited to 9 amps when the truck's running. On ship's power, I've been warned to not use that because it can cause the whole truck to shut down when the breaker trips. I'm going into SDI port 1. It's a fiber optic snake connector. Maybe those are for RTS comms packs for the crew. I haven't seen those on the truck. And then, yeah, so you can feed 2 cameras in and do a switch from 2 remote cameras plus all the cams that are on board. And I'm sure there's a way, maybe with that BNC patch panel on the truck, to patch in additional cameras. I would think it's got to be pretty straightforward to do a standard 3-camera switch. Nogales, Mexico, commercial port of entry. We're on the Nogales, Arizona side. It's pretty here. Nice topography. Mountains and rolling hills. I've never appreciated a Holiday Inn more than right now. After I think 3 nights in 2 different small town motels with worn out beds and broken heat. My window wouldn't close last night, so I was just idling big rigs at the truck stop next door. Should have just slept in my van. Would have been as noisy, but more comfortable. We sat down for our nice Italian dinner, and they called and asked if we could fill 20 minutes past the hour, do another live shot. So just inhaled my dinner, and we're gonna do it right here in the restaurant parking lot. Good thing I got a big sensor and shallow depth of field. Our producer's chasing another story. He's also our engineer on this one. So I gotta learn how to fire this truck up and get the link going. Get my mic up. All right. I don't know how to kill the beep. That would be step 1. Maybe when I start it. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then I know the e-brake puts us in high idle mode. I'm gonna open the window in case it locks me out. It's not high idling. Vertical line. There it goes. Okay. Now. Okay. I think it's the inverter switch. Boom. Good, good, good. TVU. Good. Power, maybe. What happened up there? Okay, good. The router's on. On bars. I'm gonna wait for picture. Oh, I hope I don't have to. Boom. Okay. Source 10. Take. Bam. All right. Hopefully we have audio. I gotta go. Oh, I gotta power up the receiver on the camera. Maybe turn off the headlights because they're nailing my spots. I think I'm at like hour 14, but I did take a nap today. All right. Ooh, check. I'm on channel 2. 2 is blue. Okay, 2 is blue. Shot is that stand is totally in frame. Don't know my exposure or my focus. Check. Level check. 1, 2. Oh, that's a little toasty. 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe not. Check. Yeah, it's a little hot. Alright. Move this over a little bit.